Welcome, ladies and gents, to the National Brewery Centre ahead of today's game against the Brewers. No, we're not taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. In fact, we are taking on Burton Albion. Now, if you're wondering why on earth we are here in Burton ahead of today's game, first of all, they are a playoff side, and, well, everything else should be covered on that sign behind me. But without further ado, we do, of course, have a couple of games to catch up on. So, let's head into Football Manager. After getting his first goal for the club last time out, Berahino in this one opened the scoring against 16th place Blackpool, before the second goal to seal the game came on the 69th minute, giggity, from Williams, before a Goss penalty then settled our home tie against 12th place Crewe. Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit different here today, ladies and gents. As you can see, I've brought us back for the Huddersfield versus Plymouth Argyle fixture, because Huddersfield, of course, are just sitting behind us, have the potential to jump over us, but if they do manage to win, it does mean we will be guaranteed to be in the playoffs as a minimum. So, I don't know who we really want to win this. Arguably, I would say we probably want Plymouth to win, if not a draw. So, without further ado, let's find out if Plymouth or Huddersfield will pick up a victory here today. This could be a big one in terms of the promotion. So, who has won? It is in fact Huddersfield. So, we are guaranteed a playoff spot because, as you can see, Forest Green, just outside of the playoffs, is on 60 points. We are on 80 alongside Huddersfield, who thankfully only won by 1 goal and thus are still behind us on goal difference. So, it's worked out pretty well for us. We've retained that top spot. Plymouth has managed to help us out. Like I was saying, Forest Green, 20 points behind us. Only 6 games remaining in this one. Simple bit of mathematics. 6 wins is only 18 points. And thus, a 20-point gap guarantees us to be in the playoff picture. So, the real question is, where are we going to finish? Are we going to remain in first? Are we going to drop down to that second place spot to Huddersfield? Or are we going to completely mess it up, drop down to third and probably be taken over by Portsmouth as well? First of all, we need to crack on with today's game. So, without further ado, let's head on over to the stadium and let's play against Burton. Just kidding, ladies and gents, before we race off to the Pirelli Stadium, we are of course stopping by here in the notebook to cover a few little bits of news before we take on Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and his men. Yes, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank has managed to stick it out for longer than a season, this time at Burton Albion, still there since 2021. But in terms of our news, first of all, we have Goss is no longer worried about being replaced. He of course was worried about Rowley coming in to replace him, which was never going to be the case. He was going to play alongside him, but Rowley's not playing alongside him at the moment. That is because Jaden Williams, my friends, picked up an injury against Blackpool, and well, it's going to keep him out for quite a while. So Rowley's moved over back to over to the right hand side wing, with Allen coming back into the central midfield alongside Goss. Now, I am disappointed to report to you that he picked up a twisted ankle, and well, that's going to keep him out for all of 11 days to 4 weeks. I feel initially it was 4 weeks to 6 weeks is the numbers they gave us, but as you've seen, 10 days to 4 weeks. Hopefully it's nearer to the 10 days than the 4 weeks. I would like to get him back rather soon because he gives us plenty of goals, plenty of assists. Jaden Williams does everything for this team. Now, speaking of milestones, we have Prisbeck on the verge of the Sky Bet League One clean sheet milestone. You wouldn't think of it, considering the way he concedes goals, but he's very hit and miss. Sometimes he has a 6.3, sometimes he's a 7.5 rated player. He's got 19 clean sheets. I don't know how, because he's conceded 32 goals thus far this season. But if he can pick up 1 more clean sheet in the remaining 6 games, he will have the most clean sheets in the league. So I expect Adam Prisbeck will probably pick that one up. He should be able to get 1 good game in 6. Hopefully he has more than 1 good game and we can actually get ourselves automatically promoted and not have to play in the playoffs. But that is our news. So, without further ado, let's head on over to Burton's Pirelli Stadium. Okay, ladies and gents, it is finally match day, but before we crack on with today's game, I would like you to have a little look at one of the fixtures near the bottom. It is in fact third from bottom, Portsmouth versus Huddersfield, which of course is third versus second, a very big game in possibly the title decider and of course promotion too. But without further ado, let's head on into that tactical meeting screen. I think we of course want to draw in that Portsmouth game, have them both drop a couple of points, but who knows how that one goes. Hopefully, if it isn't a draw, Portsmouth pick up a victory. That'll stop Huddersfield from catching us up. But right now we are away from home here at Burton. Burton, of course, 6th in the league. It's not going to be an easy game. 8 degrees Celsius and calm. Good pitch condition. 5,995 tickets being sold from the 7,088 capacity. But what will our team look like here today? Well, it is a pretty much full-strength lineup. So we've got Prisbeck in goal, the back line of Fleming, Shipley, Adipan and Titov. Central midfield is Allen and Goss, because of course Rowley has had to go to the right-hand side to cover for Williams. We then have Lubala on the left-hand side, Berahino in between and Vokes up front. A bench consisting of Adigoki, Jenkinson, Jackson, Gibbs, Chadwick, Peder and Zimber. Also, I've just noticed Berahino is now linked up with Vokes, which is nice to see, as well as Fleming and Lubala. So we're starting to get a few more connections going. Of course, Titov and Rowley are not going to link up because Rowley's been playing in central midfield. So let's submit the team. Gone okay. It's gone okay. 3 players. Apparently I've forgot the past few years, but it's okay, as we are about to take on Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and his team. So into the dressing room we go. Bit of motivation, lads. Come on, the media has given you a lot of credit lately, so go out and put on a worthy display. Is that the best option? I expect nothing but a win to keep our run. No. Worthy display, ladies and gents. Fleming, Shipley and Allen, I'm disappointed in you 3. You should have been motivated by that. The rest of the starting lineup was. But those 3, a little harder to tackle. A little harder indeed. Burton 2 points ahead of Forest Green. They will of course be looking to secure their playoff spots. Right now though, Titov will throw it in. Titov lately has been causing a lot of problems, a lot of yellow cards, a lot of poor performances, and is continuing that today, but he has just got an assist, ladies and gents, at the back post. Sam Vokes, 17th minute header. I start criticising a player and they start doing well. Maybe I should just criticise all of our players and they'll all start going through the motions of playing well. But Titov, beautiful cross. But Vokes with a nice little header at that back post. Oxford 1. Lincoln 1, by the way. Northampton is 1-1 at home to Preston. Crewe Alexander's gone 1-0 up against Colchester. And Charlton's 1-0 up away to QPR. Portsmouth, by the way, has just taken the lead through a penalty against Huddersfield as well. Charlton is okay, 2-2. A lot of goals going on. 3-2 to QPR. Okay. That game is getting spicy, ladies and gents. Right now, though, Shipley's going to play it down the wing to Fleming. He finds Lubala. He's going to pull it back for Fleming, though. Fleming here on the byline. It's ball over the top. It's a decent one. Can Lubala win? No, he's not going to win that race. Bree is going to play it back to McCulloch, and he's going to clear it away. It's an interception by Allen, though. He gets it down to Lubala, and Berahino gets it up to Vokes. Vokes from range! Vokes. Interesting attempt. Preston has also tied things up against 24th place, I believe, Northampton. But right now, our game is a simple 1-0 lead. And, well, we've had 91% passing. Nice and solid. They are struggling down on 78. 59% possession. We just need to start shooting a little better, because 1 from 4, that's poor. Thankfully, they have absolutely 0 from 3. So, a little bit of No, we're going to get assertive. Our shooting is not being good enough. We need it to improve. Berahino, chill. You, my friend, you seem demotivated. You're playing well. Keep it going. There we go. Now he's motivated. He should have known, he's an experienced player, that I was talking generally, not about him and his 7.1 rating. Just like Vokes knew, I wasn't talking about his 7.2 and header out the back post. I was talking in a general sense, our shooting has been dismal, because it has. 1 on target from 4 is just not good. Nor is letting them go down this wing. But it's played back to Gotts. It's up to Cottrell, though. Cottrell turns, passes it to Sutton. Sutton has a little bit of space. Needs to be closed down. Instead, it's the ball through to Cottrell, though. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. And he drills it in at the near post. Is he offside, though? I think it's going to stand. That's disappointing. I was hoping he might have been offside. But as you can see, he did a good job to stay on in the end. Timed his run with some precision. Perhaps even Fleming was the one to keep him on side there. But it's 1-1 in this one. Can we regain the lead? Right now, Titov on a 6-7. Fleming's on a 6-3. Okay, Brandon, I need a lot more than that from you right now. We are probably going to be taking Brandon off in just a few minutes. Can't be letting him on a 6-3 right now. 6-4 for Labala as well. That entire left-hand side is struggling at the moment. It's ball up to Cottrell, though, and they seem to be coming down our right-hand side, which is interesting, considering that's the side which has actually not been as bad. But it's ball whipped in. Titov. Maybe they're trying to take advantage of Titov on his yellow card right now. But you know what? Going to hold on to our usual substitution time. As you can see, both sides with only 1 shot on target, but we've had 7 in total. This is why I said we've not been shooting very well. Because we haven't. It's been rather dismal. So Jackson, go out there. Jenkinson, you usually play bad when I bring you on to replace Titov, but he's on a yellow card. You usually play bad. You usually get a yellow card yourself. He was in fact suspended, I believe, for one of the games because he picked up a yellow card. So it will have been a yellow card he picked up in the first game, suspended for the Crew game, I believe, if I'm not wrong with that one. Anyways, enough rambling about the catch-up games. We want to focus on this one, and that means we need to sort out the Labala situation over here. So who are we going to move out to that wing? Berahino's our solid 7.1, so we don't want to take him off. Gibbs can go out there. That is my plan. Gibbs, get out on that left-hand side. Try and get us another goal back. We are going to demand more. We aren't going to push up to attacking, because this is a game where we can accept a draw, especially considering Portsmouth right now has a lead against Huddersfield. In fact, it's a 2-goal lead. Nice one, Portsmouth. We've gained a little bit of ground, even if it's 1 point. Every point's going to matter going into these latter stages of the season. Rowe right now, though, coming down left-hand side, plays it across. Berahino, lovely interception. 1-2 with Rowley. Unfortunately, though, we're just going to give it straight back to them, as Watts is now going to play it inside to Gotts. Gotts over to Oakes. Oakes inside to Rowe. Rowe back to Oakes. Oh no, Cottrell's broke through. Thankfully, his shot was absolutely terrible. Don't know what that attempt was. You know what? You know what? Since, also, QPR, by the way, 5-2. Jesus, they've turned that game around. And Rotherham's 1-1 against Cambridge. Okay, 3-1, Oxford Lincoln were 5-1. Okay, nice job, crew. Nice job in that one. Bolton's losing to Salford 3-1. Where's the Huddersfield game disappeared off this list, by the way? Huddersfield? They're hiding. They are hiding right now. But I think what the plan is we are going to go attacking. Since Portsmouth, as far as I'm aware, still have a 2-0 lead, I think we can play with our goal difference a bit. We can try and push for the 3 points. So we are going to go attacking. We're going to demand more. And we're going to try and grab ourselves a second goal here. Try and turn this back around. Get our victory. Or the clock can just run out. Okay, so Gibbs disappointingly on a 6.4. Fleming. Brandon, my friend, please. 6-2. Don't make me get your sister to come and slap you with these terrible performances. Lubala also on a 6.5. But that was a rather disappointing result. Although, like I said, better than Albion, they're a playoff side. We are at least getting a point out of this one, but hopefully we can go one better and pick up a victory in the next one, as I believe we'll be heading away to Shrewsbury. I'm not quite sure where we're going to go after that one. It really depends on how the title race is going, whether we've got automatic promotion, and if we're really playing for anything in some of the other games, because I believe the next game we've got is against Rotherham. Rotherham's a relegation team. We're going to catch up that one. Then we'll come back for the Shrewsbury game. I then believe we're playing Northampton, I want to say, is the next game. And then we have games against Wigan and QPR. So we're probably going to come back for Wigan and QPR. We're coming for Shrewsbury. We might come back for the Northampton game if it has any relevance. I don't particularly want to come back for a game against 24th if it doesn't really matter. But I thank you all for joining. Sorry for this rambling at the end. Hopefully you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.